exploring lakes, rivers, and reservoirs across the country with an unyielding goal to enlighten viewers from a fish-eye perspective. Come along and we'll investigate the habitat. Much more than a fishing show, this is an eye-opening aquatic experience. Welcome to Kim Stricker's Hook and Look. Pay attention. Can you feel that? Ever so subtle, the line of communication is clear. Listen carefully. For its statement is comprehensible. That's it. The message has been conveyed by a big old bass telling you, I like jigs. Several miles below the headwaters of the Tittabawassee River system, an earthen dam forms Seacord Lake. Seacord is just one of 3 impoundments along this mid-Michigan waterway, and is characteristically a dock fisherman's paradise. Kim's guest, Kevin Vida, is a professional angler with a great deal of experience on these waters, and he assures you won't run out of structure to pitch a lure at, by way of the cornucopia of pontoon boats and boat lifts which line its populated shoreline.
So here's the deal with these docks. We want to stay off them a little bit, probably even maybe a hair off from right here, because we want to drag this baby down the ledge. A lot of times these fish will follow you from the back to the front, and they won't even hit till it clears that dock 3 feet. So we don't want to get too close to them because your bites are going to come out a lot of times.
Sounds like a plan.
Whole different pitching action to this bait. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's a decent fish. That's a decent fish. That's better. All right. Jumped on that little old jig. Well, the jig looks like the deal right now. That was a good sign.
He hasn't started eating his gills yet.
Good job.
Interesting where that fish bit though, how far out he was before he finally committed to the bait.
Get it. Oh, that's a good one. We get the net. Is he a netter?
Yeah, chunky one.
Another good fish. Good job, man. Whack him now. Just give him a jig. Give Kevin a jig and he can whack him.
Just a little bit healthier.
Yeah, very nice. They're eating that deal.
In the rage craw. Hey, he's got a nice little thick back on healthy fish.
It's always a relief to get those initial bites. And although there appeared to be a few fish hanging around the docks, Kevin became increasingly perplexed, showing concern about their size.
Just nothing big though.
We've all experienced that dilemma from time to time. Getting bites, but knowing there are better fish to be caught. So the two began broadening their spectrum beyond the docks and targeting the grass lines in between.
Reel that rage bug, reel that rage bug. Ooh, 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 that's a good one. That's a good one. Good job. That's a dandy. That's more like it.
About time.
Way to go, Kevin.
Not all out in the sand.
Another one on the jig. And a good one. And he was on the sand, he was on the inside?
No, he was right on the edge there. He hit me twice. I missed him and then I threw back and he popped it.
That's a nicer fish, you know it.
Yeah, go back home, make some babies.
Don't go away. The jig is what they're liking. Big time. Hook and Look is brought to you by Strike King Lure Company, #1 in fishing lures. Seagar, trust Seagar when everything is on the line. Power Pole, swift, silent, secure. Aquaview, reinventing underwater cameras. Deep Blue Coffee, dive in. And by Indian River, Michigan Tourist Bureau, pure water, pure trails, pure north. Welcome back to Hook and Look. Kim and his guest, Kevin Vida, have been targeting largemouth bass positioned under pontoon boats and boat lifts. However, considering their minimal success, they've now broadened their search toward the grass lines. And because of the number of bites Kevin was getting on a jig, Kim wises up, ties one on, and gets with the program.
Oh yeah, there we go.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's better. Yep, they're definitely on the jig more than they are the rage bug today. And you know, I'm trying to figure why. I mean, the rage bug were swimming along the bottom, and this has, I guess, just a little more hopping, and you can
A little bulkier, and they want it slower.
That must be the case. Nothing wrong with that one.
Nope. Nice fish.
You know it. Good deal.
I don't know why they're in between the docks. They're around in areas where there's docks. They're just not on the docks.
It's the bluegills.
Yeah.
The bait's out and
Have you
about.
been-
Yeah, we're marking bluegills out here. It was becoming understandable that a late summer phenomenon was beginning to take place. Annually, young of the year bluegills ascend in large schools and can be observed suspending near the surface as they feed on zooplankton. And in this case, they were doing so over the beds of eelgrass that line the sandy shoreline points and bars. After covering a number of Kevin's historically good docks, we came to the conclusion that the majority of the bass had abandoned the shade and security to actively pursue the abundant and vulnerable food source. So we continued to target the shallow, sandy inner weed edge.
Come on, be on that sand spot. That is loading. Because he is there. If I can get him.
Is it good one?
Yeah, that's a better one.
A little better fish. He's coming in. He's coming in.
Get the net! Get the net!
Get the net! That's a decent fish. That's a little nicer.
A little nicer. Bluegills. We needed
Yep.
the bluegills.
Those who fish against Kevin Vida know he's an adept jig fisherman with a knack for provoking strikes. Listen as he shares the intricate details of his presentation.
Getting that tail working just a little bit. Moving it maybe a foot. With quick little popping it through the weeds, and then I'm just letting it rest. And then let the skirt do the action. And just let them try to get attention. Let the bass get attention to the bait, because they're not going after it. They're not running it down. So I'm trying to draw attention, let it sit there, and let them move towards the bait. And then just a little shake or a wiggle will cause the trigger effect. And it seems like when I'm just moving my rod tip a little bit, shaking that skirt, that's when they're hitting it. I feel it hit that weed, and I'm just kind of like inching it through that weed. There we
That's
go.
that time. Another good one. Get him in here. Get him in.
You want me to?
Bring him in. There you go.
Long, skinny one.
The
Ooh.
jig is the deal. The jig is the deal. Way to go, Kevin.
Stop him from getting on the carpet.
That's why we net him, Kevin, so it doesn't do that.
Yeah, I know it. I'll let him go.
there are a select few viewers out there that feel the use of a landing net has a detrimental effect on the fish. I've actually received emails from them expressing their concern. Well, let me ask you this. Would you rather we risk dropping them on the carpet every time like this? I don't think so. And here are a few more risks we take by not using a landing net.
What depth do we have out here? 12?
22.
Oh, it is 22.
Yeah. So you're seeing pretty good with those S11 sunglasses.
Yeah. They're nice. They're comfortable too. Good one?
Don't know yet.
Yeah, it's a better one.
Yeah, that is a better one.
I seen it as soon as it was fighting you.
Get up here, baby.
There's one chasing it.
Oh.
There's one chasing it. See him? Get that on film, Dan.
Yes.
You see the one chasing it?
No, I didn't.
That was cool. He might be biting my jig.
Another jig fish.
Come on.
Get it. Another solid stud on the edge of that grass where the sand comes into the grass as it goes out.
That's cool.
Perfect.
Nice belly.
Nice. Ooh. Fatty. Whoop, hey.
I'm peeing on
a shower in the morning.
We'll towel off and be back shortly. Right after this. Welcome back. In addition to locating the schools of bait fish, another key element was to visually spot the infrequent, sparsely vegetated thoroughfares along the edge. Strike King's S11 Optics polarized sunglasses were beneficial for both anglers, enhancing their visual clarity and enabling them to detect the open, sandy paths. These specific areas present an uncomplicated avenue through the grass wall, which the bass utilize to easily travel from outside the deep outer edge up to the shallow, sandy flats where they would feed. Without question, these sandy routes were the high percentage spots for Kim and Kevin to place their football jigs.
So you guys have done all this filming for all these years and seen everything. So typically, what's the nature of a bass? He cruises down the inside of the weeds, he comes all the way down. Does he turn around and go back, or does he go someplace else?
Usually if they're up there, they can just go back and forth.
So they're just swimming back and forth, waiting for an opportunity.
That's a good fish. That's a good one.
Edit.
That's another big one. That's a big one. Oh, get up here.
There we go.
Look at that head.
There we go. That's a good one. There we go.
Oh, man. Look at that.
Was there one with it? Did you see any? Were you looking?
Yeah, I wasn't looking.
You were admiring.
Look, I'm admiring.
You were admiring.
Every second of this. A heavy hook football head jig with that's a Rage Craw. I bit off about ½ an inch of it there, but blue Craw is the color of that trailer. Look at another
nice
solid.
fish.
This is Michigan, folks. Mid-Michigan. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's a nice fish.
Nice.
Fun, fun, fun. In the Michigan sun. Largemouth bass and bluegills have evolved together and share a predator-prey relationship. And in lakes that don't support a shad population, bluegill is the primary food source, and you need to recognize that rarity and fish accordingly. Smallmouth bass, on the other hand, differ in that regard, with a preference for yellow perch, shiners, and crayfish. There he is.
Get him?
That's a little better fish.
There we go.
That's a little better fish. He hit it twice.
What side are you coming? Over here.
Over here. That's smallmouth. It's a smallie.
And look at that. Oh,
of course, I'd catch a smallmouth, wouldn't you think?
nice one.
And a nice one, too. Yeah, that's...
Good
I guess some smallies are up my alley.
Look at that.
That is nice, chunky, healthy looking smallmouth. Now you don't have a whole lot of smallmouth.
No, I mean, you know, in the little tournaments out here, if there's 1 or 2 weighed in, it's a lot. But usually these sandbars will have them.
Let's let that go. Yeah, nice smallmouth though, huh?
There's more hookin' and lookin' right after these messages. Stay tuned. This portion of Hook and Look is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Evinrude, introducing the all-new Evinrude E-Tech G2. Cushit, world's most comfortable rod butt. Simms Fishing Products, the choice of professional guides and anglers worldwide. And by Sportfish Michigan, your source for the top charter captains and guides.
So have you grown accustomed to the audacious look of the new Evinrude E-Tech G2? I admit, at first its appearance was greeted with mixed reviews, but to me, all other outboards now look outdated by comparison, especially when it comes to performance features. Best-in-class torque for a superior hole shot and great mid-range acceleration, fully integrated digital controls with iTrim, enabling you the ability of automatically trimming the boat for any given speed. Best-in-class fuel efficiency, ensuring every drop of fuel is burnt and not wasted, helping make Evinrude E-Tech G2 the cleanest running outboard on the planet. These are just some of the attributes that help make the Evinrude E-Tech G2 the outboard of the future, and I can personally attest to each and every one of them. BRP engineers set out with a strong-willed initiative to outperform every other outboard, all in a direct injected 2-stroke, and they've done it. In addition, they're so confident in their product that they back it by the industry's best coverage, a 5-year engine and corrosion warranty. Looks, performance, and peace of mind. That, my friends, is why I choose Evinrude.
While communicating with his dad topside, Danny Stricker investigates the shallow weed edge in an effort to capture footage of the productive habitat.
A bunch of baby bass. With fingerlings. Nice full fingerlings right here on the outside of this.
For any body of water to maintain an abundant population of adult bass, it requires good recruitment in the spring. With the amount of young-of-the-year largemouth that Danny has observed, it appears there was indeed a healthy spawn this season. We're told by biologists that the fingerlings need to be about 3 inches in length by late autumn to be strong enough to survive the severity of our Michigan winters. And these little guys appear to be well on their way.
You said it. Oh, get him.
Yeah, that's a
Decent fish.
double.
You're getting both. Look at the one chasing. Look at chasing. There they go down.
I mean, they're like grouped in wolf packs out here.
Did you see them all coming?
Mine's a good one. Mine's a real good one.
I'll net yours. Hey, we'll double net.
Get them up here.
Ready?
Come on in.
Hey, look at the one I could've net. There's 10 of them down there, Kim.
Yeah, there is. There is.
They're all over.
Yep.
Oh boy.
That one is a dandy.
There we go.
That is.
Look he ate that jig. That was cool.
Hey, look how I just barely got him in the lip.
I want to catch the 10 that are still down there. That's a nice fish. That's a beauty. That was fun.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
I like jigs.
That was cool. I mean,
Cool deal.
Hey, we netted them together. We let them go together. 1, 2, 3. That was cool. How in the world did you pull that big one out of your pocket like that? Jeez, I'm the one that should have had him. I had the first bite on the school.
That was a dandy.
It was weird. It's like when I set the hook, it triggered yours.
No, it's when I set the hook, it triggered yours.
No.
And then you set the hook on yours and it triggered the big one. Because I missed one before.
Oh, that's right, because you missed. It was cool, though.
Conveniently located on the banks of Seacord Lake, Lost Arrow Resort is your mid-Michigan vacation destination. Not only for great fishing, but for all times that are special. With a full-service restaurant and bar, a variety of rooms, cabins, and river houses, indoor pool and spa, as well as complimentary boat docking, Lost Arrow Resort is a hidden gem that is certain to make your mid-Michigan getaway a memorable one.
A big thanks to Kevin Vida for joining us this week. On our next episode, we examine the influence of the autumn uprising while casting for smallmouth and coho salmon. It's an enlightening show you won't want to miss. So be there next week on
Hook and Look.
Hook and Look is a Kim Stricker production.